The 2016 session has begun. You'll be dealing with several issues this year, but one in particular is starting to garner a lot of attention back home. The Washington State Human Rights Commission made a controversial rule recently about transgender people and restrooms. Tell us a little more about that.
Well, this has really lit it up back home. And for me as a lawmaker, the concern that I have is there has to be due process and transparency in any rulemaking. It doesn't matter how sensitive an issue is, and this is a sensitive issue. Nobody wants to discriminate. I personally have nothing against these young men and women that are having difficulty with their own identity. But there's still a process you have to follow. And this process was deliberately not followed. Decisions were made to keep the public out of the process. And then you have the rule being finalized December 26th. Really? I mean, that's what agencies do in the games they play when they don't want people's participation. And to me, it really, I think it actually hurts the cause. Trying to protect these students and try to encourage them into mainstream society in whichever way that is, I think does exactly the opposite. So we are absolutely going to take hold of the process issues that we believe they absolutely missed. I would say the rule is illegal, to be honest. My biggest concern is the safety of our young women, our girls, our aunts, our moms, our grandmas, our nieces, because this is ripe for abuse. We know that there are people that will take advantage of a really broad law to do bad things. I think what we're really doing is creating a whole new class of victims. But the thing that blew me away, when you come down to rulemaking, it's really about putting options out there. So it's options and flexibility. I mean, whether it's environmental policy, local rulemaking, whatever, it's about options. This rule gives no option. This rule just says you must do this, right? So if you're a business, or actually if you're even a public entity, you have no ability to protect the public that's using your business, your facility, a YMCA, a swimming pool, because now these transgender individuals are going to have access to the restrooms, showers, locker rooms of their choice, right? So a business is precluded and prohibited from actually even asking them why they're there. They can't intercede until something's happened. And to me, in this legislative place in Olympia, we have done so much on both sides of the aisle to protect women from being victims. And the list is very long. And to me, they've got to go back to the drawing board on this. They have to start over. They have to have an inclusive process. And I just want folks to know I've signed on to House Bill 2589, and what it basically does is it doesn't get rid of the rule per se, but what it does is it still allows businesses and entities the option of deciding for themselves whether they want to grant this access. And I think it's a very solid solution, as really the Human Rights Commission, shame on them, absolutely shame on them, needs to start this process over.